Okay?
Which means if you stick with them for 10 years,
automatically they've recovered the money. Statistically, they've recovered the money that they would have had to pay, pull out of your investment dollars up front.
okay.
And now you're going to get the lower operating expense. Automatic. The day that it happens, you don't have to do anything. It automatically converts. Okay, you'll see it on your statement. Exchange to A shares. Now let's talk about C shares. For the folks at this table anyway, I would discourage the C shares. Okay, C shares came onto the scene as managed money came onto the scene. Now, managed money meaning the broker decided to, I want to charge, instead of this upfront commission, I want to charge a percent, let's say 1%, of your account balance every year. Okay? Every year I'm going to charge a percent. It's called managed money, and it's very, very, very valuable for people that are, they need a lot of TLC. They need meetings, and they need to, quarterly review meetings, and I call them high-touch clients. It's a very expensive share class because now you're going to pay higher operating expense, no sales charge up front, but you're going to pay an ongoing fee, okay, conduit through to the broker of 1% of your account balance. Now, a percent of $1,000 isn't much, okay, but if you have $100,000, $200,000, are we doing anything different? Probably not, but I'm making a lot more money, okay? It's really a way to get the broker rich. It probably would increase my revenue by 4 times. I would discourage it. It's a tragedy to the shareholder unless it's a real high-touch situation. Okay. Now there is a deferred sales charge on C shares. It's 12 months. Get in, nothing up front. They charge a 1% deferred sales charge if you leave after within 1 year. Okay, and then that goes away. But the people that are suitable for, I think that you asked the question, what's suitable for let's say a 20 to 40-year-old that's going to stick in the market 15, 20 years, A share. Okay, there are illustrations in the prospectus information that you'll be able to read that will use a $10,000 investment as an example, and it will show you the actual dollar costs of owning a mutual fund. The cost to own, very important to look at it. The cost to own long term, it's cheaper to buy A shares. Right off the bat, pay at the door, and get those lower operating expenses as you go along. Okay? If you're in between, or if you're just psychologically challenged that you want to see that 100 that came out of your check in your account, the B share is appropriate. Okay? The B share is appropriate. For C shares, I actually do have clients using them, and I suggested they use them. It's short term. Okay? If you have 3 or 4 years and you want to accept the risk, because 3 or 4 years really is not enough time for a mutual fund to perform, if you want to accept the risk, then C share probably is going to be your cheaper option. But that's short term. For long term retirement money, A is certainly the best option. The best option by far. I think that you'll see, this is another just industry update, we'll see the B and the C share come under fire. And I wouldn't doubt that we go back to the old ways of just having an A share. Because the B and the C are really smoke and mirrors. That's what they were designed for. The guys in the marketing department, they did a good job spinning it. And there's a lot of confusion out there. Bank of America had one of the biggest class action suits against them because they weren't disclosing the B share, and they were selling it as if it were free. No charges. No charges. Landslide case. The class won, and they had to refund a lot of money. So they failed to tell them about that surrender charge at the 2-3 year mark. Just forgot to tell them that. And when their funds underperformed, people wanted their money. Nobody told me about those fees. I go to great lengths to explain to you the fees. I think it's probably the most important thing that you can learn about mutual funds. It's who's getting part of the action. Okay, really, because if you're not careful, I believe there are funds out there that take advantage of shareholders. Bottom line. Okay, this is not one of those companies. Tried and true. I believe firmly in it. So, does that cover the questions on the sheet?
Yeah, it covers the sheet. I have one more. Do you want to go?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like the purchase minimums on our paycheck. Whoops. Is there like I think it's like 25 or something like that? Is there like a how do you break down like the quantity? Can we just do it by percentage and not worry about the meeting 25? Like if we're doing say a smaller amount going into the account, or we wanted to try 3 or 4 different mutual funds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you discourage that, and we should just put our eggs in less baskets?
I think that.
And how much do we need to be contributing to be able to choose 4 instead of say 3, or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The only thing that I would mention, and then I'll get your question, is there is a $10 fee to open the account, and did we decide that how we're going to handle that?
Yeah, we're gonna pay it if
Okay.
we get everybody's stuff in 2 weeks from today.
Okay, which is that's a nice benefit.
I'll pay to open your accounts if we get it, if you enroll within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if we don't enroll within 2 weeks, then we
What they'll
just
do
pay
is
us
they'll
an
take the
offset.
$10 fee out of your account.
Yeah.
And that's not a fee that I charge, it's simply an admin fee to get the account set up. But back to your question, I think 3 funds is probably as many as you need, okay, max. What happens is there's a lot of duplication that can happen. But it can be $2 in each one of them, because a payroll deferral plan, there are not minimums. If you were to go to American Funds and say, hey, I want to open up an IRA, I want to put some money into Washington Mutual Fund, they're going to want a minimum of $250, which is a quarter of what the typical is. The typical is $1,000. With a salary deferral plan like this, they defer all those minimums, and literally, if you have $10 taken out of your check, and the company puts in 10, and you want to take that 20 and put it in 3 accounts and put $7 in each account, that's perfectly fine. You will tell us in the application. Have any of you had a chance to look at these applications? The employee guide. What's that?
I filled mine out.
Okay. The percentage. There you have it.
Waiting on you guys
Yeah.
You're waiting on us?
for a week now. Yeah.
The investment instructions, section
What's
4.
new?
This is on page 6 of the employee guide. You'll see a place to put the fund, the share class that we just mentioned, the fund number, which is in the back of this book. In the instructions, I tried to spell that all out for you in a real easy to understand way. And then a percentage. Okay. What I do is go in on the web and I set your contribution account up with those percentages, and the allocation happens automatically until we change the percentages. So it's not hard to change. On your side, if you feel like you want to shift some money, at a later date, you've got a few $1,000s in there, and you want to shift it over to Washington Mutual Fund from the Euro Pacific Fund, and you can do that online. And call my office, I'll do it for you.
Is there a fee between the two when you switch?
No, and that's a good question. I like to. You have to look at a mutual fund like this as a family. Okay, they're commonly referred to as a family. It's a family of funds. They're all independently operated. Okay, managed by the same folks. But if you get into AMCAP fund and decide, stocks maybe a little too volatile for me. Okay, I want to switch down to the Income Fund of America, which is kind of a blend, some bonds, some real conservative stocks, no fees. Okay, those ABC shares I told you about, no fees to exchange. You're going to go from B in one to B in the other. You're under the same contract if you use the Bs, but free exchanges as long as you're within the family. Okay, stay in the family. There are choices here for everybody. There really are. You can go as fast or slow as you want to. I think I'd probably recommend that you start off kind of in the middle.